Don't buy Tesla's $12,000 full self-driving package unless you like beta, unfinished, potentially unsafe products. Yes, I said it. However, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Let me explain. Me personally, I like it when my car drives. I have to clench my butt cheeks due to the fact that I might hit someone next to me. However, I mean, it's the future and it's Tesla and it's something that no other car manufacturer has. I also did a video where my Tesla legit drove me to the hospital. It took about like 20 minutes because I was too sick to drive. It's a cool video. You guys should check it out. And aside from only one dangerous move from where it signaled left, but it went straight instead, and I almost hit a car behind me, it did a really good job. But in all seriousness, I don't have any regrets with purchasing full self-driving. I can't complain. There's no other car company that can allow you to have that driving steering assist features, as well as the lane keep assist features, as well as changing lanes, as well as knowing what lane to be in, even on local roads. Most car manufacturers have like the ability to stay in the lane or change lanes, but it only works on well-marked freeways or portions of the freeways. Now, this is going to be a shocker. The only close competitor to Tesla's full self-driving, surprisingly, was actually Kia. Their software is really good. They reminded me of their enhanced autopilot, and it worked on even roads that most other cars wouldn't work on today. Now, the real question, do I utilize this $12,000 package to its fullest? And do I think it's worth it? No, but let me tell you why. Now, when I got full self-driving 3 years ago, it cost us around $8,000, and the full self-driving on local city streets wasn't even available at the time. So it was pretty much just enhanced autopilot, and their full self-driving was more like on the freeway where the Tesla would stay in the lane. It would pass slow vehicles. It knew which lane to be on the freeway to exit. This helped a lot on our road trips. The good thing about this version was it allowed me to be more in control and allowed me to say, no Tesla, not today. For instance, when it approached a stop sign, it would let me know it's slowing down for a stop sign and I would have to toggle it to drive forward. Also for signal lights, I mean, this part was a little annoying, but it'll let me know in advance it's approaching a light and I have to confirm with the gear stock or the accelerator to continue. On the freeway, if it wanted to pass a slow car and do a lane change, it would do this cool animation that says, do I want to do a lane change? And you can toggle it so you have to confirm before it actually does a lane change. And this was a super nice feature. The reason why I say this is because sometimes Tesla would want to switch lanes at the worst time. For instance, if a lane was merging, or if I knew that one section is always going to be backed up and I didn't want to change lanes then, I could just wait. Then when I felt it was safe, I could initiate the lane change and then the Tesla would change the lanes on its own. And this is what separates humans from AI. It's that like brain, it's that sixth sense, if you will, that humans have that just artificial intelligence doesn't have yet. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like when a car seems like it's gonna come into your lane and you just like no. So you slow down and sure enough, it comes into your lane. Or if you're in the lane next to someone who's next to like a big truck and you know, oh, they're probably gonna hug the left side of the lane because they wanna be away from the truck. So you would hug the left side of that lane to give them more space. Or even it's something as simple if the car in front of you is slowing down because there's red lights everywhere, so you know you're gonna have to slow down eventually. You give more space so that you could slow down and you have enough time to slow down. It's these small things that people who know how to drive with experience do. However, don't get me wrong, it's not like Tesla's full self-driving doesn't think or have a brain. So after I got that full self-driving, eventually I was invited to their full self-driving beta program, which is what you see today and what you see now. It didn't look like this at first, but it got a lot better and it looks great and they're constantly improving it. However, now this is what you'll get automatically when you buy the full self-driving. You'll be able to have that full self-driving on those city streets. Now, like I said before, it's not like Tesla doesn't think. In the recent update, if there's ever like a big truck next lane you're next to, your car will actually move to the far side of that lane, still staying in the lane, but just to give that truck more space. It also does it if it sees a motorcycle, it'll actually stay away from that motorcycle. That way it moves away, providing more space, making it safer. And with Tesla, you guys should know, it gets better and better every single time. However, I just assumed it would be so much better by now, 2024. And yeah, like, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with the trends, but they said version 12 of full self-driving is supposed to be a game changer. But they said that about version 10, and then they said that about version 11, and it's pretty much always the same thing. So we got the FSD beta version 12, upgrades the city streets driving stack to a single end-to-end neural network trained on millions of video clips, replacing over 300,000 lines of explicit C++ code. Like, I know what that means. One new feature with version 12 is automatic set speed offset. That's an awesome feature. So it determines what's natural and it adjusts the speed on its own. If I was to give any feedback, I feel like one way to make it better is to let the driver be more aware and have more time to respond. They recently did add info that tells you what's going on, what the car's gonna do, which is great. There's also like chevron lines that let you know that the car is slowing down, and you also get a line that shows where the car is gonna slow down to. And I'm not saying you don't have any power and it's legit full self-driving on its own. You do have the ability to cancel a lane change. However, sometimes it does it so quickly there's not much time to react. Also, instead of car distance lengths like most car brands, they changed it to chill, assertive, or regular driving experience. This is nice overall. For instance, with chill, it'll try not to do as many lane changes. It'll stay in the lane if possible, and it'll provide more space in between cars. Whereas assertive, if you're going 60 and the cars in front of you are going 50, it'll try to change lanes a bunch of times. That way it tries to maintain that speed. And overall, it's nice to have. However, let's talk physics. The one thing I liked about having the ability to change from 3 to 5 car lengths, because when you stop, it would stop 3 or 5 car lengths. But now when it stops in stop and go traffic, and even though I have it on chill, it still gets very close to the car in front of me. So if a car behind me is coming in hot and it hits me, I'm for sure hitting the car in front of me. Again, full self-driving is amazing. It's super cool and it's something I love using. But because it's so unpredictable, it isn't as chill as I'd like, and it's not something I feel comfortable using every day on local city streets. And it also just keeps doing these random last minute changes at the last minute. It just feels unsafe. It just feels so uneasy. And one thing it loves to do, and I thought this was illegal, but I looked it up and technically it's not illegal, but it's unsafe, is it loves to change lanes in the middle of an intersection. And I just don't like doing that because it just doesn't feel right. Let me know in the comments below if you guys love to do that. It got a lot better, I have to say. Version 12, it doesn't just floor it to maintain the speed. It knows if there's bad weather or if the red light is red. See how early it's braking? It didn't do that before, which is what I like. But another huge issue with buying full self-driving is that you're on a completely different firmware version as everyone else. So this means that if you guys get your fun, cool software updates and cool features, we don't get ours for like a few months later. Also, when we do get a new full self-driving update, sometimes these updates are 1 step forward, but sometimes they're like 2 steps back. It's like worse than before. I am happy though that Tesla offers enhanced autopilot now for $6,000, and you can always upgrade later to full self-driving. However, people don't really know this yet, but even if you get the enhanced autopilot, there's a few features you don't get because it's not ready yet, and it hasn't been ready for over a year now, even if you paid for it. And that's Tesla's auto park and summon feature. If you guys didn't know, Tesla removed the ultrasonic sensors to be a full vision system. Now, if there were cameras in the front of the bumper to allow legit 360 degrees of coverage from the wheels to the roof and everything, then I'd understand. However, their vision system still has blind spots, and this leads to issues like your auto park and summon feature not working because they don't have the software for it yet. I will say though that I have the ultrasonic sensors on my car and I rarely use those features. It doesn't work well, and there are even stores where people use the enhanced summon feature and it ends up hitting a car next to it, so I didn't feel like it's worth the risk. But when you are on road trips or you're constantly driving on the freeway a lot, I think enhanced autopilot is a great choice. You just sit there, you let the car drive itself. It's nice that the car can pass a slow car. And this one's a cool one. It knows which lane to be on the correct freeway or exit. But for day-to-day driving and commuting, the free version of just regular autopilot, that's a super good value in its own. So you guys gotta think of full self-driving. You gotta change the mindset a little bit, right? For me, I'm very happy with full self-driving, but I love my gizmos, my gadgets. I love being the first to try new products because for me, it's exciting. So when things go wrong, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I'm still able to do all these cool stuff. However, again, I was hoping that by now it will be a much more natural and polished product and something I could just enable and relax on local roads. Would I tell my friend to get it? No. I tell them to wait, and if they really want to, they could just try it on a subscription model. However, the choice is yours. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you guys have full self-driving? If you have it, what do you think of it? If you don't have it, do you really want it? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.